We're alive! That was really hard work. Come here.
You've heard it all before, honest but I know. Left these years ago, I was young and almost still could fill the void. We don't need the past in our lives for tomorrow. Never see the end of the night filled with sorrow. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done, what do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done, what do we do to love?
Sleep. Are you snoozing? Oh, right.
What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done.
Hello, we are back and today we're off for a jumping lesson. I'm pretty buzzed for this as well because it's been ages since we last had a jumping lesson, so I can't wait to take him in there and to get some feedback finally. We've got lots to work on as always, so it'll be really nice to get Charlotte's opinion on how we've been coming along, and obviously we'll bring you along for the ride. Now I've just got the bathing bits out because I'm going to give him a little bit of a tidy up before we head out. We always like to make a good impression, and I think looking smart and clean always helps that, doesn't it, Rem? I always like to wear a nice outfit too for lessons and training and things like that, so yes, that's us. This is actually not too dirty for Rem, believe it or not, even though it looks disgusting, but because it's been so hot recently, he's been having plenty of baths and washes off. Remmi's heart. Upside down heart, what does that mean? Pro doesn't love me. Omega Shampoo Perfect today, which is my go-to for an everyday kind of wannabe quick wash. Looking pretty smart, Rem, aren't you? Finishing touches now. Bit of Groom Perfect over you, Rem. And then some Alchemist Garden mane and tail spray on his mane and tail, obviously. And it smells divine. Currently just sorting out all our bits, what we're taking and stuff, because after forgetting my spurs the other day at dressage, I'm now trying really hard to actually go through the stuff rather than just fingers crossing, hoping it's in there. So yeah, we don't forget things again. What would be a real good plan, I guess, is if we actually came up with a list, but I'm yet to do that. So my mental checklist is what we're doing. We have got the important things, obviously saddle, very important, bridle, ever so important, half pad, girth, numner, clean numner as well, which makes a change, tail bandage, I'll need that now, tail bag, booties, as in travelling booties, not boots, drink for me, spurs, the very important spurs. What else have we got? These are Mara's boots, we won't need those. Snack, jumping whip, breastplates. I always take a spare bit, even though this is not the bit I jump him in. I just kind of think I'd just rather have a spare. Same with girth, I've got a spare girth. And lastly, we've got his ears, which he won't wear. And then I've just put my boots in there and hat, obviously, very important. Right, I think we are just about ready to go. There's a bit manic at the end there. But are you ready to rock and roll? Yes, you are. Oh, he's soft. So soft and shiny. Right, let's do it. We've arrived. Naturally, we are super early. I think we're 40 minutes early, but I reckon I'm one of the world's slowest tacker-uppers. Tacker-uppers, is that a thing? So, I mean, at least it gives me plenty of time to faff about. What was I saying about making an effort? I have cleaned my boots today. This will hopefully make me jump better. Doubtful, very doubtful. We are very out of practice, very rusty, but that is why we are here today. I'm really excited. I think I said that already, but yeah, buzzing for a bit of tuition. In fact, secret, I actually prefer lessons and training to going to shows. Tucking into your grub rim, that makes a change. Yeah. Nope, gone back to being nosy. Be a boy. I'm gonna be a good boy. He's like, maybe. Maybe not.
I'm sure he will.
Huh?
I'm sure he will.
To be fair, he's always a good boy.
He is.
It's whether I can actually.
He likes to
With
jump
him.
in.
We'll find out.
There you go. It'll be fun.
I don't know why.
Right. Okie dokie, it is lesson time, which means it's voiceover time. I thought, why not do a voiceover? They're always, well, I think they're always a little bit fun, a little bit informative, and you kind of get to see, well, hear what is going on in my head as we're going around doing this whole thing. So, just picking it up, warming him up, really. I like to kind of let the canter out because I'm kind of getting him to travel on in his canter towards fences. I have a tendency of holding him back way too much. Once we've done that on both reins, it's time to get cracking. Our warm-up exercise today was a simple exercise which focused on landing on the correct lead. So we had placing pole, followed by a small upright, and then another pole. Did that beautifully going right, even if I do say so myself. And then in the canter here, we were focusing on keeping the canter, keeping a quality canter around the turn, just getting into a nice rhythm. Popped through the exercise nicely, but we didn't quite master going left. I would have usually let that fluster me, but I'm really trying to go with the mindset that making mistakes at home is a good thing, because if we don't make them at home, then if they come on show days, we'll have no idea about how to correct them. Whee! Pop that nicely, good boy. In the back of my mind before this lesson, I had a couple of things that I wanted to work on personally. So I have a tendency to chase him into the fence by flapping my arms, raising my hands, and moving my upper body about quite a bit. So I was really pleased with this little line of fences. I thought we jumped that really, really nicely. Okay, next we move on to related distances and doubles, which are my nemesis. I panic about not being able to get the striding right, and then I end up hindering more than I help him. I start flapping about. Here I just wasn't sure and he chipped one in. I should have told him to go, and then that kind of messed up the whole thing. Now we're coming around to our related distance. Pleased with the canter off the turn. Lacked a little bit of impulsion into that one, but I picked him up nicely and then he hopped over sweetly over the upright. Coming round into a one-strided double. Now I was bricking it about the second element because it was quite wide, but I was actually pretty chuffed with that. Now we're heading off on a mini course, so I shall let you enjoy and I'll chip in where necessary. We were a little bit close to that one, so he kind of chipped in and then just hopped over it. Wrong leg or counter canter? I'm going to say counter canter. Whee! Flew over that. Not getting flustered, ditch the dressage canter, engage show jumping mode, and that was a much better pop over fence 1. Now that is a show jumping canter. And it gave me such an awesome feeling over that fence. That is how you do it. Oh gosh, it's only taken the whole lesson, but we got there in the end. Coming round to the nemesis fence of the day, not just for me, but for the whole group. As you can see, I have a tendency to let him drift through doubles. So we make a bit of extra ground and then we kind of kill the canter for the second element, which is exactly what happened there. Quick pat and then continuing on with our round towards another double. Great. But determined not to let the same thing happen twice. That was much better. We're alive! Before we went in, I got really nervous. Yeah, he's being a bit of a pest because Mara's gone off to do her thing. Yes, we're out of practice as expected. Will you be a good boy because I've got your banana? And naughty boys don't get bananas. He actually jumped really well. This
pretty big fences in there for us, but we just need to work on rhythm. I hold him back way too much. It feels like we're going 100 miles an hour, but we're literally not. So I kind of need to trust him more and just stop interfering with him and let him do his thing. Do you want a banana? Oh gosh. Good boy. Is that nice? Yeah. Oh, don't lose it. We're now having a good time watching the rest of the group, aren't we, Rem? It's quite nice. The sun's come up now, so it's not too bad. I think he's finally calmed down. Knackered. Absolutely buzzed to be back in an arena under the guidance of a trainer. Yeah, when you're left to your own devices, goodness knows what you get up to. So yeah, I'm riding that high at the moment. It felt so good. Just watching this speedy little pony go around. Wow. We can dream. Speaking of speed, I've got this tendency to hold on to his front end. It feels like we're travelling 400 miles an hour. Obviously we're not, so I kind of need to let go, lengthen the reins, relax my arms, and just push for more of a canter. But no, it's good. It was a good starting point, and we had a brilliant time. He's asleep. Are you snoozing? Oh, Rem, he worked hard. But Rem's the kind of guy, though, that he was puffing like a good one, but he gets puffed if he does 5 minutes or 5 hours. Not that I've ever ridden him for 5 hours. What was I saying about sun? It's now raining. Great. But I think we'll leave that there. He was a good boy, yeah, and a perfect kind of tune-up for our first ever hunter trial, which is next week. So we'll obviously take you along to that one. I think we might be going for country schooling next week, just as a little tune-up, but yeah. So we have lots of exciting adventures coming up, and I will endeavour to take you along to them all, or as many as we can. Yeah. Say goodbye for now. Goodbye. And goodbye from me.
What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done, what do we do to love?